Hi everybody, John Charles with you. Welcome back to my channel, the Kaiwaza channel, and another edition of the Cheap Lounge, where we're going to talk about easy listening, inexpensive thrift store and dollar bin records for the most part that I have recently digitized and uploaded onto Moody Mood Music, which is my hobby radio station that you can listen to anytime. If you like this kind of old school easy listening music, that's all we play all day, all night. Moody Mood Music on live365.com, and that's going to be linked down below in the description box. But enough about that. Let's get started. I don't think it's exactly a quickie edition here, but just not tons and tons of stuff to say. And some of these records we'll talk about, and some I'll just do some needle drops on. So let's get started. First up, a record from 1968. Herb Alpert presents Pete Jolly. Now, who can argue with Herb Alpert, right? Sort of a demigod of the easy listening world or whatever. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. He is the presenting here, and he's produced this album also. Pianist Pete Jolly. Nice album, nice cover. I kind of like the cover in the back on this. But Dancing in the Streets, I love some of these songs. Like a Lover, Windows of the World, Serenata, Lonely Girl. If you like, I would say, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like Vince Guaraldi of Charlie Brown music fame, but it's kind of in that family to me of sound, which I love. So, you know, and if Herb Alpert liked it, we're gonna like it, right? This one I have to mention just for the cover because it's a beautiful. Moods for Candlelight by Francis Scott and his orchestra. We just had a Francis Scott one recently, Music for the Fireside or something, that had also a beautiful cover. This is just amazing. Like, I'm lying completely backwards. So relaxed. Like, I just somehow don't think that's actually very relaxing, but this is the most easy listening orchestras in the world. It's kind of right up there with Paul Weston. I mean, this will put you to sleep music. And I don't mean that negatively at all. I just mean this is very nice orchestral, relaxing music. As is this next album. Not too much to say here, but 101 Strings, we all know and love them. This is on the Alshire label with romantic piano at cocktail time. What's interesting to me here on this album, featuring Pietro Dero. Pietro Dero. I don't know how you would pronounce that necessarily. Lovely couple enjoying their cocktail by the piano. What I think is going on here, this is just perfectly lovely medleys of tunes. Yeah, medleys of tunes featuring the piano of Pietro Dero, or whoever that was, with the 101 Strings Orchestra. Now, I think, what do you think? Tell me if you agree. I think this was kind of an intentional ripoff, and they were probably trying to make you think that you were getting an album that was by Peter Nero, who was a very popular, easy listening pianist at the time, who had many recordings out there. 1972, by the way, this record is from on Alshire. So I just kind of think because Pietro, Dero, and Peter Nero are so similar. They were trying to pull one over on you. So I wonder how many people bought this record at their grocery store or wherever it was for sale, thinking they were getting Peter Nero, but they weren't. They wouldn't have been dissatisfied. It's a completely lovely album. It's not Peter Nero. It's Pietro Dero. Here's a box set, a product of Columbia Musical Treasuries, romantic music of faraway places. Of the world's, a Columbia Musical Treasury of the world's favorite love songs by, we have no idea. Lovely box set with the plain sort of orangish, reddish label from Columbia Musical Treasury. So these were sold, I think, mainly catalog sales, I believe. Mail order catalog sales. I don't think these Columbia Musical Treasuries were ever sold in stores. They did some like smaller sets of like 2 records, whatever that. I think maybe those made their way to record stores, but these big box sets did not. This one is 7, I don't believe, 7 records with all different themes about travel and romance. Grand tour, sentimental journey, strolling violins, sunshine and shadows, having a wonderful time, the whole world dances, and take off with trumpets. So you get the idea. All songs about foreign lands and traveling and love, whatever. No artist is credited. In fact, I believe even in the catalog where they were offering this, no orchestra was credited. On Discogs, it's credited as being the Columbia Musical Treasuries Orchestra and Chorus, but there doesn't seem to be any actual verification for that, other than an assumption, and it's not really a bad assumption to think that, because many things that were orchestras that were done on Columbia Musical Treasuries were in fact credited to the Columbia Musical Treasuries Orchestra. Who were they? I don't know, and I don't think it. Listening to the album set, it's not a coherent group to me. It's not like there's one group ensemble recording all these songs. It's some different ensembles on different records. The records are cohesive within themselves, but like number 2, it's like a chorus. There's a whole chorus of singers singing all the songs. And like on the last one with the trumpets, it's like a trumpet sort of based ensemble. So I don't feel that it's one orchestra, but it's probably a bunch of recordings that they would, on their box sets and whatnot, just say it was the Columbia Musical Treasuries Orchestra and Chorus. I do have a record from them, well, it's Columbia Special Products, where they credit the Moonlight Strings, but most often, again, they're crediting the Columbia Musical Treasuries Orchestra and Chorus.
That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the
Like the set, there's no paperwork or anything with it. You know, usually a lot of these long jeans or RCAs or some of these have all kind of pleasure programmed paperwork and stickers to order your other catalog. They didn't do, I guess they didn't waste the money or whatever with any of this. This was a little, not budgety, but they were just, I think, cost cutting or whatever. But the music's very good. It's very nice. We uploaded many selections onto Moody Mood Music from the romantic music of faraway places. My friend Scott also just recently did a video about the Columbia musical treasuries and catalog, and trying to figure out what free records went with what set, etc., etc. This did not come with the free record that it came with, which was Castles in the Air. This didn't come with it. So yeah, sad, but again, I mean, this was a couple bucks, so what can you say? Records were in great condition. Anyway, I'm gonna link put his video, link it up here somewhere. You should be seeing. If you would like to, I recommend you go and watch that.
I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I can call my own, a doll that other fellas cannot steal. And then those flirty guys with their flirty eyes will have to flirt with dollies that are real.
Roses from the wrong man, poetry written in the wrong hand. She waits for one, she hears from another who tells her how much he loves her with a rope.
Well, normally I talk about the records that I really liked. Especially now I'm going to talk about a record I especially did not like. Which was Sincerely by Jim Nabors. Now, you probably know Jim Nabors, Gomer Pyle, but he was a well-known singer, had quite a career singing in I don't know if an operatic voice is the right term, but kind of a strong voice. My mother really liked Jim Nabors. I've never been a huge fan, but I'm okay with it. Most of his albums, he did record with different labels. Most of his albums were with Columbia Records. They were very well produced and, generally well accepted. A little bit later on, as is common with singers or whatever, musical groups, he recorded with other labels under other circumstances. And this one is one of his later ones, 1977. On Ranwood Records. I do have another one from him earlier I showed quite a while ago that was on Ranwood. And I'm going to have the same complaint about it. I loved, which is the production. It's not the singing, not the arrangements, certainly not the song choices. I love the track listings, the songs they chose. They're very 1977, and he's really famous before then. So these are sort of like, when somebody from kind of a little bit of a previous era is moving into songs of a later decade and giving them their own twist. And sometimes they're really nice, and sometimes they're kind of like, I kind of like to not like it, which is kind of how I feel about this, but he covered such songs here as I Write the Songs, What I Did for Love, Southern Nights, Southern Nights by Jim Nabors, After the Lovin', Laughter in the Rain, Feelings, everyone had to do Feelings, right? Weekend in New England. Like, I'm digging the track list. It's like 1970s, Jim Nabors visits the 70s. He even looks like he's kind of laughing at himself in that picture, don't you think? But it's the production, and this is the same with the other Ranwood record by him. It's produced by Snuff Garrett, which really surprises me. Snuff Garrett, Tommy Garrett of the 50 Guitars, same person. The voice, is it a Snuff Garrett thing? I don't know. like he doesn't, there's not enough reverb on this voice, and it's like the mic is close and there's very little reverb, and I just don't like the sound of that. I really prefer a singer like this when they, in the more traditional way they usually were, which is a more reverb in it. Like the mic's a little further away, and there's also some reverb happening. I don't know whether this was like a modern thing at the time. I don't remember in 1977 not wanting to have reverb being a thing, but maybe it was, and so that's how they were recording vocalists of the time, is cutting back on their reverb. But I feel like he kind of needs it, and I much prefer it, and I don't care for the literal production of this record, but I did enjoy the tracks. I do like the songs. I think they're worthy of being on Moody Mood Music, so we definitely uploaded. But I don't know, Snuff Garrett, what's the deal with the no reverb on the vocals? Did it cost extra to like turn up the reverb knob or something? I don't know.
And tell me, when will our eyes meet? When can I touch you? When will this strong yearning end? I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young.
Something I dreamed last night to never see.
Here's a beautiful album by Tony Mottola, guitarist, well-known guitarist. Tony Mottola and the Quad Guitars on Project 3, Enoch Light's project. Very groovy, sort of, abstract cover, nice gatefold with some nice liner notes that are not completely out of control. 1973 is the date on this. You can see full of very well-known guitarists and other musicians, as a lot of these Project 3 and Command records were sort of well-known people kind of working together, well-known instrumentalists mostly working together. I like this. There's a variety of styles in here. Classical gas, charade, Paganini's 24th Caper. I mean, there's a lot of gold on this one. And it's quadraphonic, which of course I couldn't really take advantage of because I just have a stereo, but it's fine on the stereo, Loved this album. I was in beautiful condition too, but yeah, I like the slower stuff is very smooth, very nice, and then the upbeat stuff is a lot of fun with a lot of creativity, and great artists featured on here. Here's an album. There's no date on it, but they were banking on some songs becoming standards. It's called Tomorrow's Standards, the Marble Arch Orchestra. So they're covering pop, rock, soul songs that they felt were going to become standard tunes of the future. And they were not completely wrong or completely right. Some of them, I would say, did become standards, and some of them did not. Daydream Believer, I mean, we all know that. Massachusetts, Everlasting Love, It Must Be Him, Up, Up and Away. Some of them, I would say, yeah, they may have been hits in their day, but they didn't become standards. Zabadak, for one, which actually is the best song on the album. I love that song, but who the heck knows Zabadak these days, right? Thank you very much. Not really. Judy in Disguise with Glasses. I mean, I love it, but did that really become a standard? I don't think so. But it's an easy listening orchestra, essentially, covering these songs. I don't quite understand what's happening here, whether she's like looking through bubble wrap or, it's groovy, but I don't quite understand it. But I did enjoy the album. Definitely worth the $1.99 or whatever I paid for it. And selections playing on Moody Mood Music because, yeah, it absolutely belongs. Did I say this was Liberty? Yeah, this is on the Liberty label.
We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret.
That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any of these artists or know anything about them or have any comments about the albums or whatever, please leave comments in the comment section below. I love to hear from you. And don't forget to tune in to Moody Mood Music on Live 365. That will be linked below. And don't forget to tune in for Christmas in July because it's coming up fast, man. July 24th, 25th, and 26th on Moody Mood Music. We will be playing 100% 3 days of vintage Christmas music for your enjoyment. All the Bing Crosbys and, Dean Martin and Doris Day's lovely Christmas album. All those guys, all the orchestras, all the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stuff and Islands of Misfit Toys and all that good stuff. That's happening July 24th, 25th, and 26th. All right, you guys, have a lovely day.